What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another Prize Picks video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Speaking of which, shout out to Kent Dawson. Kent Dawson, you are the winner from last week's $50 giveaway. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for everybody who watching the videos and shows love every single day. Hit me up on Twitter, Kent, at Cam_ATL. Everybody watching this video right now, if you want to hit me up and talk to me personally about any picks or anything, if you have any questions about anything, you can hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Yesterday was beautiful. Swept baseball and swept Csgo. Baseball has now hit for 4 days in a row. 4 days in a row. We're going to start a little CSGO sweep as well. So let's go ahead and get straight into the picks today. I'm not going to take up too much of y'all's time. Let's get straight into the picks. If you haven't joined PropsMadeEasy.com yet, you are tripping. I've literally just utilized the prop tool alone in the last 4 days, and we're sweeping MLB 4 days in a row, going for the fifth day in a row today. All right, CSGO is about to go on its own sweep as well. Only $15 a month. Go join it up if you love player props. Definitely utilize the tools at Props Made Easy. Your success rate will skyrocket 100%. All right, let's get into the plays for today. Starting off with baseball, if we take a look down here, there's a couple options that are interesting to me today. The first choice that I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about Yu Darvish in this one. Vegas lines are at 6.5. So the Vegas line is higher than where the prop line is, and the prop line, Prize Picks prop line is. And then the projection is 6.63. That's a 0.63 differential there. The only issue here, though, is I don't like betting on even numbers. I don't like doing props for even numbers. That's one of the things about me. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but I mean, sure, if it's an even number, you have that chance of it hitting and not it, like matching and it not killing you. So at least that's the case. But for me, I personally like to do the half point prop lines, like the 6.5s, 5.5s, 4.5s. Like I like a point five to be involved in there. So personally, I'm not gonna play this one, but the value is there for you, Darvish, on that one. All right. The first play that I'm going to talk about today is going to go ahead and be Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert, pitcher strikeouts is at 5.5 going against Kansas City today. Vegas likes the over at minus 120, so that's plus EV on the Vegas side of things. And then the projection is also 6.05, a 0.55 differential. So that would mean that not only Vegas is on the over, but the projection's on the over. That would make this a plus EV/plus projection play. So Logan Gilbert over 5.5 pitcher strikeouts is an amazing way to start the day there. Let's see if there's any unders. I believe there's a solid under that I like today. Okay, under on Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt's pitcher strikeouts under at 4.5. His prop line's at 4.5. Vegas likes the under at minus 130. So the plus EV side of this would be going under on Clark Schmidt's pitcher strikeouts. And then the projection is 4.33, a minus 0.17 differential. So it's not a huge differential. It's yellow, but at the end of the day, it is a plus EV plus projection play because both the projection and Vegas are both on one side of this thing. You know what I mean? So as you can see, the under on the 4.5 and then the projections also under the 4.5. So that would make this play a plus EV/plus projection play, and that would make it an amazing play. Whether it's yellow or not, the projection's on the under, and both sides are on the under, and that is an amazing thing. As you guys know, the best possible plays that you guys can possibly put your money on. The safest thing, there's nothing 100% safe in the betting industry. There's no way you could possibly know if a guy's just going to have a good game or off. Sometimes they just hit the ball right to a defender. Sometimes guys just don't have their best stuff, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all you can go off of is what's available to you. And the analytics, the data, all that research and stuff is what you can control. And we make sure at Props Made Easy that we're looking at all of those things, taking them all into consideration, putting it into a projection form, and then comparing it to where the Vegas lines are. So 4.5 under for Clark Schmidt is the plus EV/plus projection play. Number one best thing you can do. Play plays that are plus EV/plus projection. That way you're not solely relying on Vegas lines and you're not being, convinced on a way where possibly the unsmart people are putting a line bigger on one side. You know, it's not all smart people who place bets. So Vegas lines being skewed going over under one way, it isn't specifically on smart people, but the projection is the smart information behind that player projecting him. So if the projection and Vegas are on the same page, then that means the bet is on the right side. And that's how you can verify it's on the right side. So I like going the plus EV slash plus projection side of things as my top way to go. If you don't have that, then just going plus projection is the best way, and then plus EV, and then you just don't bet if you don't have any of those. All right? All right, so under on Clark Schmidt's pitcher strikeouts of 4.5, and then over on Logan Gilbert's pitcher strikeouts of 5.5. First inning runs tool. So far, first inning runs tool, we have over on the Angels and Rangers. And then we have the under on the Astros and the Marlins. Sandoval and Scherzer have both struggled in the first inning. This is a solid spot for the over bet there. And then Framber Valdez and Braxton Garrett have been fantastic in the first inning. So that's an under on that game. All right, for CSGO, we already have the plus EV plus projection button here on this tool, which will be added to everything eventually. Everything that we have solid projections for, we will have a plus EV slash plus projection button, so you can click it and literally only see the smartest plays and not even be distracted by anything that's not the smartest play. So if you click this, it'll show you only the smartest plays that are plus EV and plus projection. The expected value and the projection are on the same side of things on these, all right? So if you click that first thing coming in here, I suggest you do. If there's ever a button like this, take advantage of it. I suggest you use it. Now, if we sort by sportsbook differential, you will see this play right here sticks out to me. Sportsbook differential is 1.5. Prizepicks has the line at 3.5. Sportsbook has them at 37. That's a 1.5 differential. The projection for him is at 39. That's a 3.61 differential. So not only is the sportsbook higher than the Prizepicks line in this one, making it a solid plus EV play, but the projection is also over. That makes it a plus EV slash plus projection play. Over on Csgo for Thunder Flash, map 1 and 2 kills. All right? Now, when it comes for the under, let's go ahead and rock Oscar for Sinners. Under, map 1 and 2 headshots. His Prizepicks line's at 13. Some sportsbooks have him at 12. That's a -1 differential. We have him projected at 11.54 headshots, a -1.46 differential. So in this instance, once again, the plus EV spot of this would be under on Prizepicks, seeing Prizepicks is higher than where other sportsbooks are. So we'd go under on Sinners, that's the plus EV side, and then the projection also is on the under, so that's the plus projection side. All right, so when both match up, you know it's great. So under on Oscar, map 1 and 2 headshots. And then the other play was over on Csgo, right here. Csgo for Thunder Flash, over map 1 and 2 kills, 35.5. As you can see, I sorted it. At the very top, you have Lunatic. The only difference between these two here is Lunatic's projection differential is only 0.51, whereas Csgo's is 3.61. So always, when you see the sportsbook differential, you want to find the highest sportsbook differential, but you also want the projection to be big too. That'll kind of really solidify things. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's it. Over on Csgo, map 1 and 2 kills, and then under on Oscar's map 1 and 2 headshots. All right? Wnba, I don't believe there's any lines up for Wnba. UFC, as soon as sportsbooks drop their lines, it will be here as well. And then for soccer today, we have a couple solid unders. Under on Vitinho for Red Bull, shots at 3. We have him projected at 1.78, a -1.22 differential. And then Alejandro Garnacho for Man United, under 2.5 shots, have him projected at 1.52, a 0.98 differential. All right, so under on both those guys. Let's do a recap. All right, so looking at this slate, we have the over on Logan Gilbert pitcher strikeouts. Both Vegas and the projection are both on the over, making it a plus EV plus projection play. Sort differential on the under. Let's take a look here. We have the under on Clark Schmidt, pitcher strikeouts of 4.5. Both Vegas is on the under and projections on the under, making it a plus EV plus projection play. As always, that's what we love. And then when it comes to first inning runs, over on the Angels and Rangers, under on the Astros and Marlins. For CSGO, click EV projections, show the best ones. We have the under on Oscar for Sinners, map 1 and 2 headshots. And then we have the over on CJOT for Thunderflash, map 1 and 2 kills. And then last but not least, we have soccer. WNBA is not up at the moment, and UFC doesn't have anything. Sportsbook lines haven't all dropped for him yet. The under on Vatinho and Alejandro Garnacho. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. I'm hoping to be able to add a plus EV plus projection button to the MLB today. We've been all talking about it and trying to get that up. We're working on getting that button there for you for MLB so you can only sort by the best plays that match on both projection and Vegas. All right, so you can immediately see the best options there. We're also going to, let me go to the MLB tool. We're also going to take hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy score and put it all together in one button next to first inning runs tool right here. So when you first come to the tool, you won't see any hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy score. You can click this button right here and it'll show you hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy score. Mainly because we don't want people relying too highly on hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy. It's because at the end of the day, it's a fantasy score. The differentials obviously are going to be a wider margin because it's a fantasy score opposed to a regular stat line. So with that being said, yes, let's say you're struggling to find a final bet. You have all the plus EV plus projection plays you can imagine. There's 5 really, really good ones you love, but you want to get a 6th play. Click on first inning runs tool, see if you can find a first inning runs that looks good, or click on hitter fantasy score, pitcher fantasy score, and play the best one there. You can definitely do that. That's what I encourage you to use hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy score for, is to just plug and play a few at a time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're going to have that there. And then right here will be the plus EV plus projection button, just like over on CSGO. You'll click that, and all you will see is where Vegas matches with projection. And that's the biggest thing. Now, if you don't click that, you'll see everything. And that's perfectly fine, too. If you want to see everything, including the white plays, the plays that aren't green and maybe don't match with Vegas, that's completely fine because the projection also is important. So, but yeah, using the plus EV plus projection play is going to be a big deal. Obviously, that'll just raise your success rates if everything is on the same page. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for joining me as always. Going for 5 in a row in baseball today. Going for day 2 in a row for CSGO. Keeping track of that sweep as well, the sweep again there. Thank you guys for joining me as always. PropsMadeEasy.com. NFL is coming. Get your subscription. Get locked in now. And I'm out. Peace.